Well, hello lads, I welcome you all to a new episode of Shatter Time Rewind. Enough talking, let's get right into it. I feel a huge relief just getting to see her one more time, but then I also feel a weight in my chest. Whatever, that's not important right now. I only wanted to make sure she's okay, this time. I want to do whatever I can so nothing happens to her. I failed Kotonoha, I will not fail Natsuki. I promise I'll figure out something. Just hold on, Natsuki. I hope I don't make you wait too long, but I'll figure out something. As I'm heading back to the entrance, a familiar voice calls out to me. Wait! Don't go! Natsuki, where are you? Before I can finish that sentence, Natsuki rushes up to me, pulling my sleeve as if to keep me from floating away. Please don't go, Atazoth. You came here to save me again, didn't you? Huh? Wait, how did you know? She lets go of my sleeve and takes back a few steps. I'm left in awe as she reaches around her neck and reveals a small pendant, the very same one I gave her before. You gave this to me, didn't you? Yeah, I did, but that's in a future that never happened. Yeah, I know, and yet I can still kind of remember everything. I never told you, but when I'm wearing this, I feel a lot safer inside. I know it sounds stupid or whatever, but just having this around my neck and knowing that you're here, it just feels so much happier inside. You remember everything? Bits and pieces, but I think I get the gist of it. I thought you never wanted to see me again. You said that I was a backstabber. And you specifically said you never wanted to see me again. You're supposed to hate me. You even said so. You idiot. Why do you care? Just accept the cheese I know. Yeah, I know. You know what I said, and it was wrong of me, okay? I was just so angry at you, and I just lost it. I wasn't even thinking out how saying that stuff was going to hurt you. I get so caught up in the heat of the moment, and then I don't know what came over me back there, so it felt like I wasn't in control of my emotions back there. Like I could see myself doing all that stupid crap knowing it was wrong, but I wasn't able to stop myself from hurting you. How about not being able to stop yourself from bloody jumping off the building? You seriously scared me back there. What you don't be seriously scared. Yeah. I know I should have never said any of that hurtful stuff to you. I know it was pretty stupid of me to jump from the school roof. I know. Although it was pretty stupid of you to come right after me. Well, what were you expecting me to do? I'm just going to stand there and let you fall to your death. I had to do something. Ah, you idiot. You don't know how much it means to hear you say that. I know you're trying to save me, but you can't. Who says I can't? How do you know for sure? She produces a pink notebook from her arm and opens it to a specific page. Take a look at this. She presents the notebook to me and I nervously take it from her. The Curse of Terankos. Take two bracelets of gold and silver. Link them together. These will form the chains of Terankos. Slide your left arm in the silver bracelet and your right arm in the gold one. Hold your arms out and chant 8 times, Terankos, I've come to bargain. In doing so, you'll have confirmed the curse correctly, and will briefly lose consciousness before awakening in the desired time and place. You are now effectively the host of the curse. Because this is a curse, it forces you to relive a certain period of time forever, until certain requirements are met. Make sure to act as per the rules of the curse set out by Terankos. Deviating from them will result in you losing something dear to you. The number of people who will die on a specific day is fixed, so there is no way to change this. An exact exchange must be made with no exceptions, a soul for a soul, no more, no less. There is no way to remove the curse effectively outside of meeting the requirements as deemed by Terankos. The only way to end the time loop is for the curse's host to make the correct decision. And if the user's host unwillingly meets their demise or forcefully dies at their own hand, the curse will not be removed and the loop will resume from the initial starting point. This decision is irreversible, and it is cautioned that it must only be made if the curse's host is willing to make such sacrifice to ensure the well-being of their target of interest. Where did you get this? This is fortune cookie nonsense? No, well, yeah, but besides that, this is the answer I've been looking for. How did you get this? They said she was having trouble finding any info on this thing. Natsuki has a solemn expression on her face. She doesn't say anything to me. After all this time, I've got the answer I was looking for. It's written in fortune cookie nonsense language, but I've got it, and yet... So, look, Atazoth. No matter what you do, the amount of people who are going to die on a specific day is already set. If you're going to save me, someone else has to die, so that much is true. If you so much as stray away from those stupid trolls, you're going to be for a bad time, to put it lightly. Oh no, don't worry, I already know that firsthand. If you remember when I said that I saw our classroom burn down, yeah. Oh, right. So then you must have screwed up big time. Don't rub it in. So basically, it's almost exactly like Amos said, but not as cryptic and vague. Why do you even have this, though? She had this determined look on her face when she stopped me. The moment I asked her that question, though, her determination seemed to fade. Her voice gets softer as she speaks, and she seems to have trouble looking directly at me. Well, let's just say there was someone I felt bad for when I found out he died. I mean, they died. Something seems a bit off here. Considering this stupid curse is disguised as a way to save someone's life, I can assume she had someone in mind she wanted to save. Why is she being so hesitant to tell me, though, who? I made a stupid decision, I have some experience with this myself. The point is, that no matter what you do, you're locked in. Okay. One minor gripe, maybe, is, if she knows all of this, her reaction was a bit weird, kind of. On one hand, if she knows this is how the curse works, then her reaction was a bit weird. Not in the sense of, like, I get that she was mad, but Atazoth, her thinking that Atazoth doesn't make sense. And her believing him. But I guess, I don't know, just a nitpick. Don't take it too seriously. I'm chained to fate. I'm threaded by the chains of Terankos. Both of us are. I didn't even realize it until after you gave me this pendant. Oh, okay. Literally, every gripe I have gets explained a line after I say it. Jesus. I started to remember everything, and once you mentioned that name, it all started to click into place. This whole world, this whole time loop, it's all just some big phony illusion meant to torture the poor Seb who falls for the curse in the first place. Yeah, I guess that means we're the poor Seb's hero. She looks down at the ground, nervously tapping her foot against the floor. She wants to say more, but I know she's not going to tell me directly. Was it Amy who told you about this? Natsuki gives a sad nod. It's not your fault. She probably left out the part about this being a curse. Conveniently, she sure didn't tell me this was a curse. She just made it sound like a friendly little ritual meant to grant you some kind of happy wish. Yeah, that's how it was with me too. She didn't sing you some song to make you do it against her will, did she? No, why? She gives me a mocking look as I turn away a little. No? Don't tell me. Ha! Hey, well, you're in the same boat as me here, so I wouldn't be so quick to start laughing. Fine, you got me there. Look, since we're both just kind of stuck here, why don't you stay here with me, huh? Please don't just go and leave me like this at the top. Everything just feels better now that you're here. And if we are stuck in some stupid endless time loop, could you just try and stay here with me? Ask you to realize what's going to happen if we go against this, right? Why are you being so... You can come and see me every day now, and we can spend as much time as we want. Well, ignoring how every day is always going to be June 3rd and 4th. You're seriously all I even know, Atazoth. Now that I'm starting to remember everything, I don't think I can trust Amy anymore. You don't say that, you can't trust Amy. You know, I don't think I can trust the person who tricked me into being cursed and tricked another person into being cursed. But you know, her face grows red as she chooses her next words. Your constant visits and the fact you care so deeply about me is all I have left that keeps me going. I'd probably lose my mind knowing what I do now and not having you here with me. I don't want to be alone, Atazoth. I don't think I'd be able to handle that. It seems like now she's being more direct with me than she has before. I know we both said we loved each other before. Well, but I don't know how much of that was genuine or just from tensions running high. At least in Natsuki's case, for sure. In my case, I still don't even know if this is love or not. I'm dragged out of my head when Natsuki drops her notebook and grabs me by the sleeve again. Come on, Atazoth. Please. Don't make me beg you to stay. Okay, now you're just being ridiculous. Are you seriously going to make me do it? That's not what I'm saying here. Man. Alright, now you're just being... Please. Please, 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 please. Natsuki, get a hold of herself. Good grief. She stops abruptly, looking like she was stepped out of a trance. I never thought I'd see her jumping up and down, begging me like a 6-year-old. Now I'd like to stay here with you. I really would. We're forgetting the problem here, though. If we're bound to the same curse, then if we so much as take one step out of line, there is no telling what could happen to us. Ah, damn it. Right. And so what? I just think we should just run away tonight to avoid Terankos as much as possible. I don't know if you've met him, but I have, and let me just tell you right now. He's not the kind of guy you can just avoid forever. He can see almost everything. And if you manage to avoid him for a little while, you will find us eventually. And you can bet he will make us suffer. I know you're right, but I'm so sick of this. I wish I could just see my lawyer talk. I I cannot speak. I wish I could just use my lawyer talk and find a loophole out of this. This guy isn't your average everyday con artist, Natsuki. He's got powers you can't even imagine. And an aura. Ooh, brain rot! And an aura that just sends chills down my spine. Not like we could go after him with modern day weapons either, from what Yuri told me. That's the second time you mentioned her. What she got to do with this? As long as you keep this to yourself, I'll tell you. She doesn't like anyone knowing about this. Atazoth, just tell me already. She and Kotonoha are descendants of some kind of cult that worshipped Terankos. At some point, however, her family realized he was pure evil and escaped from him. Even though their family members were branded as traitors, their blood still flows through their veins. I never knew this about Kotonoha, but Yuri was the one who gave me a lot of this information as well as the pendant you're wearing. Natsuki takes a moment to look at the pendant and then back to me. That pendant is crafted from something called zintoid metal, which is immune to whatever magic Terankos has up his sleeve. Wait a minute. She picks up the notebook and opens it to the front page. There's a paperclip resting there like a bookmark. Amy said this paperclip was made from zintoid metal. No clue what the hell that meant though, and not like she told me either. That might explain why the notebook survived time looping. Why'd she give it to you though? I was having issues understanding this whole thing about the ritual, so she was nice enough to tell me. I wrote down whatever she told me and then she put the paperclip in my notebook. After that, she told me to never remove it, no matter the circumstances. I wasn't going to question her, but she sounded super serious about it. And yet, she still made some parts of it super vague just to mess with you. I'm guessing by the time she wrote this out for you, it was too late. At some point, she took both of my hands in hers. I looked down at her small, dainty hands clasped in mine. I reciprocate and clasp them back, but not too much. As silly as it sounds, I still can't help but see her like a fragile doll that will break if I'm not careful. This feels amazing. I'm shocked when she pulls her hands away and takes a few steps back. Her face is bright as crimson, with a sad smile on her face. Without warning, she drops to her knees and that smile vanishes. Tears start streaming down her face. Atazoth. I want to know why I even got myself wrapped in this stupid crap in the first place. Almost afraid to ask, but I think I deserve to at least know that much. Sorry for the interruption. Well, it was because of you. What? Me? How? What did I do to you? No, you never... you never did anything to me. You're always so nice to me, Atazoth, so that hasn't changed. It was because something happened to you. The teacher said you died, but he wouldn't say anything beyond that. Ayo, and that's from OG Shatter Time Rewind that I remember. Now it's my turn to fall to my knees. What am I even hearing right now? How the hell would I have died? Natsuki tries to hold back her tears and maintain her composure as she continues. When I heard all that, I didn't know what to feel inside. Sure, we didn't talk a whole lot, and I didn't know you all that well, but for some reason, even from the moment I first saw you, I felt there was something about you. I felt different about you. Not only that, but Katana made you sound like this great guy and I believed her. After we spent so much time before I can say without a doubt that she was right. We had so much in common and I looked forward to seeing you and I just... She pauses for a moment. It's kind of hard to believe Kotonoha built me up like this in Natsuki's mind. Personally, I don't see myself as anyone important, but hearing her talk like this about how she feels around me... I was always afraid to go and talk to you. And though Kato made you sound like a great guy, I just couldn't bring myself to do it. Not only that, but even though she's not around anymore, a part of me felt like it was wrong for me to talk to you. Wrong? I never saw the way her face lit up when she talked about Atazoth. Even if she never said it to me out loud, I think it was obvious she was head over heels for you. Me? Sad times ahead, great. I feel like I just got stabbed in the chest. After all this time? You're saying someone as beautiful and classy as her had feelings for some pathetic loser like me. You're not a loser, Atazoth. Stop saying that about yourself. It's like I said before. Any girl that says they're creepy or whatever is only doing that to make themselves feel better. They didn't know how much of a great guy they were passing up on. Kotonoha loved you, Atazoth. I feel myself erupt into tears. All this time and I never even knew it.
That's why I felt you awful even think I was going up to you. No matter what I did, all I could think of was you. Atazoth, I'm crazy for you, but... And if Kato isn't here anymore, it's not like I wanted to steal you away from her. It just didn't feel right to me, and I just...
It is words spoken in my head. I try my best to calm myself down, but I don't have much success. So I think she needs to hear this as much as I did. You wouldn't be stealing me. It wouldn't be an insult to her memory. The same way she would have wanted me to move on. I think she would have wanted that for you too.
Huh?
You were her friend, Natsuki. She knew. She knew you would have been trying to steal me from her. She didn't want you to be as miserable as I was without her.
I mean, she would have been okay with what's gone on between us.
I think so. If anything, I think she'd be happy knowing she brought us together.
You know, Amy used to make fun of me over the way I'd look over at you. She'd tell me you and I would be some gloomy little couple, get married and have a ton of gloomy children.
Both of us aren't crying so much anymore. Both our faces turned crimson at that little revelation, however. Think about it, my first impression of Natsuki was that she hated me or she couldn't care less about what happened to me. All this time I was totally wrong.
When the teacher said you died, it actually hurt me inside. I couldn't understand why though. Even thinking about it made my chest hurt. That's when Amy stepped in and told me about the Sayori too. After I failed to save you a few times, I went back to her and wrote whatever she told me in that notebook in case I forgot anything.
She reaches over to feel for the notebook right beside her.
When I finally questioned what I was feeling, she told me it was because I loved you. I didn't believe her at first, but after everything we've been through, I think she's right. Knowing what you did the same thing for me and that you're so willing to keep showing up makes things right. It makes me glad knowing there's somebody out there that cares so much about me.
After calming down, I get up and make my way over to Natsuki. As I'm doing so, she started crying again. The reality makes me harder this time. We really are in the same boat right now. We're trapped in some endless time loop of bad decisions and suffering all because we wanted to save someone. Each other no less. I crouch down and meet her at eye level.
I know I said I hated you before, but I don't. I love you, Atazoth. I honest to God love you. No, Atazoth, I'm crazy over you. You're serious all I have now. I can't trust Amy. I can't trust Dad. Mom is gone. I
brush away part of hair that's in her eyes. Those striking pink eyes look up at me, stained and glossy with tears. Natsuki. She tries to stop crying the more she looks at me. Those eyes. I have no clue how much pain and suffering they witnessed. Probably just as my own eyes have, if not more. Upon looking into my eyes, her is softened and she looks at me with a sense of yearning and bliss. As if our bodies are acting on their own, our faces draw closer until our lips meet. At this moment, it's as though all time stops for us. Words can describe I cannot read, Jesus Christ. Words can begin to describe what I'm feeling right now. I can only imagine it's the same for her at this very moment. We all put... Atazoth! For the love of God! We pull away after what seems like an eternity and look at each other once again. She gently caresses my face, running her hand to my lips. She smiles at me and starts giggling to herself. What's so funny?
Nothing. I've just never had a boyfriend before.
Oh, well,
Seriously? Don't tell me after that you're going to...
No, I just never had a girlfriend before.
Not even Katanoa?
I never told her how I felt, so we are never officially a couple. That's kind of why it's so weird hearing you call me your boyfriend now.
I'll get used to it because you're going to hear it a lot from me.
We both laugh as we hold each other close. We are both caught off guard when we hear someone else laughing along with us, someone very familiar. Wait, did her eyes change color? She had yellow eyes. I'm 99% sure she had yellow eyes, not green. I look behind me to see Amy right at the stairs with a bed behind her back. Wait, those eyes. I wonder, just how many times has it been now? Tell me, Atazoth, just how long have you been at this game? A week? A month? A millennium?
Amy, what are you doing here? Wait, why do you sound like that?
No, that's not Amy. I know that voice anywhere. You're Terankos. Do you know what is your desire? Do you still not understand? No matter how many times you try to turn the hands of fate, you will always arrive at the same result. That was the lesson I intended to teach in this ritual. Clearly, you both failed to grasp the concept.
Where do you get off telling us that?
If you both still fail to understand this after having gone through it so many times, then your struggle and suffering will continue infinitely. We both get up and back away. I keep Natsuki's hand in mine as we both look at Amy together.
Alright, what have you done with Amy?
I've merely commandeered this vessel for the time being. You should be honored for it. Not so often that I grace others with my presence in their home dimension. So in other words, you're just using Amy as a human meat puppet right now. If one were to put it so crudely, then yes, that is correct. I cannot leave my prison, but I can borrow a vessel in times like this.
And what do you mean by that?
Do you truly fail to understand what is taking place here, even after I stated it as clear as day? Very well. You have both broken the rules of this course, and you know too much. Now I must deliver a swift punishment to ensure that your literal rebellion ends here. What are you going to do? Maybe Amy caught me off guard before with that surprise, but to the end. But I'm ready this time.
And you're seriously going to beat up Amy?
Yeah, I know it's not right to ever lay your hands on a woman and all, but... okay, fine, even if it's Terankos, it's still Amy.
None very Mr. Gentleman, I'll just to give him a piece of my mind personally.
Wait, are you sure?
I might be a little, but I'm scrappy.
You underestimate me, Natsuki. Amy raises his hand and then makes a crushing motion. Natsuki suddenly starts crying out in pain, tearing her hand from mine. She holds on her head with both hands as she cries out in excruciating pain. I crouch down to her.
Get my dad.
No need to bother. Terankos releases his grip and Natsuki topples over, grasping for breath. I made sure he would not interfere. He still lives, if that's your concern. He'll merely be sleeping a bit longer than he anticipated. What did you do to her? One of my favorite curses. I was simply allowing her to a bout of mental torture to make her think twice about her actions. As I said, you underestimated me. Bloody Sukuna out here. Just because I am not in my own body right now does not mean I am lacking in my abilities. On the contrary, Amy still has latent magical abilities that I am able to tap into. You're insane. I prefer the term creative. I take Natsuki up in my arms and try to help her back up. She seems to be doing better now. She props herself up against the wall as she looks at the possessed Amy. What were you expecting me to do, Atazoth? Allow the both of you to run away to live in an endless summer of freedom and making love endlessly?
What?
The fuck? Is that Amy's perverted mind corrupting you, or are you just fucked up as she is? My apologies. Perhaps you are right on her. Quirks are seeping through. No matter. My point still stands, Atazoth, and now your rebellion ends here. I have to think fast. If I only could reset the loop somehow, maybe that would give us a little bit of time. Wait, the curse will still be in effect even if I die, right? If that's the case, I'll get an idea. A stupid idea, but what choice do I have? This works, then it won't be any different from living a safe state. I rush into the kitchen.
Atazoth, stop, where are you going?
Desperate times, desperate measures. I look in the dirty dishes and pull out a metal fork. As Terankos approaches, I go to the nearest electrical socket and stick it in. Return by death!
Atazoth, no!
Natsuki screams echoes in my head as 1,000 volts are sent coursing through my body. I can't let him hurt her. I won't. I'm sorry, Natsuki. I would love more than anything to run away with you. I'd love to be in an endless summer with you, close to me. But that can't happen so long as he got his eyes on us. Even worse, if he's following us around in Amy's body. He's right. And in this endless summer, you're proposing, Natsuki? This paradise you're thinking of will never be free. Okay. Interesting. Oh, we have gone way over. I hope you lads enjoyed the episode. Press like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all later. I didn't notice we were this over the time limit. Bye bye.